Great way to end our mid-game break chat. Anyway, here you guys are. It is getting late. You are building a large fire out by the front. I guess you go to bed?
Yeah, I think we might as well sleep around the fire, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get yourself a big bonfire going and hang out around there. You put up your nice fur tent that you can rest comfortably in. Yeah.
On my watch, I want to go at some point and pray in front of the fire, and say a prayer to Bellum and say that as designated flame bringers, we're bringing fire to the lands of Caldonia, as ordered.
Please say this out loud.
Yeah, but you're asleep. It's on my watch.
Mm-hmm. Can't let them hear you be religious.
So yeah, and then I just want to say that.
Mm-hmm. All right. There is no response from your deity, if he is indeed your chosen deity. And we can just go to the next day, which is Wednesday the 19th, and it is a light day. There's a bit of a wind blowing, there's a chill in the air, but you're getting quite used to that sort of stuff now.
So we need to explore the mines, but someone needs to be here to look for Zaz on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
So I look around the group. Yaramir needs to go. Grimes probably needs to go.
Why don't I climb up somewhere high and see if I can wave Zaz over?
Sure, okay. Everyone except Grimes then.
All right, we'll go explore. Grimes, it's your job to make sure that Zaz sees this fire.
Sure. So we get the fire going, getting hot, and then I think I'm going to climb up on the most visible peak around and just like wave from there.
Okay.
All right.
So the other three members all go into the mine. The golem is missing, and his hole is filled in when you return to the mine. Yeah, and I guess you guys just wander around exploring. Can I get perception checks from people in the party? Grimes, you need no checks.
I've memorized 4 detect magic spells.
La la.
So I'm going to be casting detect magic and using that to aid in my investigation of the mine. And when it ends, I'll cast another.
Sure. The section where the golem is definitely magical. And that's about it. Nothing else goes off with your detect magic, and you guys don't spot anything of interest as you explore the mine. Just passageways and more passageways and rails and, stuff.
Yeah. It's big though, right?
It's big. You could search it for days. Especially because your map is incomplete, and every time you come to like a confusing intersection, you have to find a way to mark where you're going and double check to make sure it's all working out well. And, it's a complicated procedure to explore this mine. Don't want to get lost,
Yeah.
Yep. So, Grimes, you're out there. There's a bonfire going. You're trying to get Zaz's attention. And sure enough, you do see her ship enter the bay.
Yeah, so I'm like jumping up and down, waving my hands. How close do I think they're going to come to shore?
They probably not too far, or not too close. Yeah, they're going to be many miles out.
Yeah, so shooting an arrow at them is unlikely to achieve anything.
Unless you have the 5e sharpshooter feat, then you're fine.
That's not a limited range crossbow, right?
Yeah, I've basically got that feat in a magic weapon, don't I?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you were complaining about it all this time.
It's the 3/4 ignoring cover that drives me crazy.
So I guess the only thing I can do is jump up and down on top of this mountain.
Do you have a lantern with you up there?
I do have a lantern, but I don't see how that's going to help much. Yep.
You can see headlights on a mountain road during the day.
Yeah. Can also see a man doing jumping jacks.
Probably. I mean, maybe if you're scouting the mountains, well, you could.
Yeah. So there's a big bonfire below spewing smoke.
Mm-hmm.
me jumping up and down. If I
Okay,
can,
the smoke.
it's not a-
Yeah, definitely. The smoke will attract.
they'll see the
attention.
smoke. The question
Yeah.
is, will they?
They're definitely going to
pull over?
investigate when they see a large smoke stack rising. And the ship kind of comes out a little bit more in your direction.
I've
and
got
you
a
can
hooded
see it.
lantern, but its light radius only extends 60 feet. How could they see that? If I think it'll help, I would light a
Sure.
lantern as well
But
and
they
shine it in
will.
their face.
They will see the bonfire, and their ship will come towards shore until they're less like a quarter mile out from shore. At which point
Okay.
they weigh
I can-
anchor
I
and
can
launch
shout,
a
yeah.
skiff.
Cool. And I'll rappel down the side of the mountain or climb down the side of the mountain.
Sure.
And-
You'll see one of her landing parties. Zaz herself is not here, but she's got a group of her crew. A
Do they-
woman that you've met before, but has kind of just been a background nameless NPC, is kind of leading this party, and she's the first one off the skiff onto the sand, the cold, hard sand.
Yeah. Well met. Do I recognize the rest of the sailors, or?
Yeah, they're all pretty familiar, sort of,
Sure. So no introductions necessary.
no introductions necessary. The woman gives you a nod and says, Grimes.
Oh, glad we caught your attention. We've discovered a mine here. Williams has an urgent message to send back to the princess.
Do you have it?
Good. I don't have it. Is William up in the mine?
William's like inside the mines, deep somewhere, lost within the bowels of the earth.
If you could wait here for an hour or so, I promise it will be worth the time. There's, I raise my eyebrows. There's iron in these mountains.
You don't say. Iron.
I nod, and I think I can't contain my excitement, so I pull out the ore that's in my backpack that I had hidden away secretly and toss it in their direction.
She looks it over. This doesn't look like anything to me, but okay. Sure, if you say it's
looking
iron
at it
ore.
again in the light, right? It's definitely
definitely
iron. Yeah. Why don't you take that back to the ship? Tell Zaz what's up, and send stay anchored out there. Send us another rowboat. I'll fetch the captain.
So they hop in the rowboat and head back to Zaz. You
I
run into the mines.
I go shouting, William, and I light my lantern and going after them.
All right.
Meanwhile, the party's hopelessly lost.
Shall I make some
Possibly.
perception checks to hear my name?
Yeah, give me one perception check, William.
18.
Fucking just lost down the terrible. God knows where you are. So eventually you will run into each other.
I'm not gonna
Like-
go. I'll go to the 5-way split and shout.
Yeah.
And if they don't hear me within 20, I mean, they probably got hours of head start. I don't know.
At least an hour head start, probably a few
Yeah.
hours head start. So they could be
And
anywhere.
I'll wait there for maybe 10, 15 minutes. If they don't hear me shouting by then, I'm going to head back and come up with a plan B.
Looks like they don't hear you.
Yeah,
Maybe,
so I
we'll
think what
give Ferris and Yaramir perception checks. Maybe they'll hear the shouting.
No.
No.
Um,
Your keen elf
Yes.
ears? Yes, you can hear it. The earth is reverberating and sending you a message.
William, there's something foul on the wind. Wait,
What is it?
Put your elf ears here.
Ferris listens really close. He puts his ear up to the rock and says, "Oh, never mind. It's just Grimes' voice."
Maybe Zaz is here. Come back with me. And I
All right.
and
Yeah.
jog back to the entrance.
All right, you guys all make it out. You can deliver the message to deliver to the person, to deliver to Zaz, to deliver to the princess.
I give them orders to tell Zaz to read the letter and to retranscribe it for me.
They'll do that. They let you know that there is a message from your father-in-law sitting back at Swampside for you.
Ah, marvelous. I shall. We'll be heading back there soon anyway.
Coolio. And then they just fuck off.
All right. Yep.
Cool.
Okay. I think.
This place seems rather empty.
Yeah.
A
I
bit
think.
barren.
What time of day is it?
Oh, it's probably midday by now.
Do you think we can get back to the sled today if we head out now, Grimes?
If we make good time, probably wasted a couple of hours.
It's probably still. We can always find a place to camp along the way.
All right. Let's. Unless anyone's got any other objections, I think maybe we should head back.
Okay. It's 4.5 miles, so make me a half day's movement for light weather.
All right. So light weather is d8 plus 6 times 0.5. 4.5 miles.
You, by the end of the day, you just barely make it off the mountains and back down to this little pile. You see a large mound of snow, and as you're coming down off the mountain, what's his name? The kobold's name?
Nimrod.
Nimrod pops out of the snow and hurries over to you guys, babbling incessantly at you in kobold. Grimes, you hear him say, "You were gone so long. I thought you died. I thought a monster get you."
Ferris thought you might have died too.
No, I'm okay. Dog's okay. We all okay. But we thought you die.
Kobold, where's the
glad you
dogs? Grimes, ask it where the dogs are.
You're
The
so
dogs are here, aren't
angry.
they?
Why are you so angry?
Are the dogs around?
You don't see any dogs.
Where's the sled? Where are the dogs?
I bury them.
What's it saying, Grimes? What's it done with the dogs? I swear to God, I'll kill this stupid little thing.
The dogs are gone. The dogs are dead.
Draw my
Sorry,
sword.
William. Put that thing away.
He's killed the dogs.
So wait.
I told you to.
Are they in this
Nimrod.
mound? There's like a giant mound, right? Right, Neal?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start digging up this snow mound. Do
No!
I see any?
The kobold starts yelling, "He break it! He break home!"
Is it an igloo or are they?
It's just a big fucking pile of snow.
Are the frozen dogs buried underneath it?
I guess no one. He protests. Nimrod loudly protests, but Ferris digs anyway, and it's the mound of snow is hollow, and the dogs are just curled up inside with the sled.
Yeah.
The dogs are fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay. I think I'm like almost about to kill Nimrod when the dogs like pop their cute little heads out of the snow. And then I like sheath my sword and sort of like, I don't know, like pat him down a little bit and make sure that he's all right.
Yeah.
And then okay.
All right. That's the end of today. You can make camp. The next 2 days are blizzard days, so good thing you didn't try and head home too quickly.
All right.
So we will pass those days, and let's check in with Ferris. As Gollum tried to strangle you or stop you the moment you crossed the threshold, how do you feel about that? What is going on, Ferris?
You know, wherever he goes, he's the target of racism. He's used to it.
Wow.
No,
This
I don't
one's
know.
systemic?
I don't actually know because I don't really know about Arcadia's kind of setup in general when it comes to other races. Are elves like an inherently magical race?
They're a semi-magical race, or a magical
Yeah.
race, definitely.
So it could be that like he trips some kind of alarm that a normal human wouldn't because his of his fey nature or something like that. I don't know if he really knows what to make of it, but I mean, there's not really much to do about it. Either way, it happened, and it worked out fine in the end.
Okay. Sure. Sweet. The blizzard passes, and you guys can move on the next day. It's a 2-day blizzard, so we come on to Saturday the 22nd. It's a light day, so make us some movement on sled.
All right, it's 1.5, 18 miles.
Nailed it.
All right, so you would have been here already. Yeah, easy peasy. You can make it back to Swampside without any problems.
As we pull in, I say to Grimes and Ferris, good work navigating. This was quick. And I'll head to Captain Hughes, I think, get this letter.
All right, she is hanging about. I will PM you the contents of the letter.
Oh, when Ferris walks into the fort, do any of the soldiers have to make saves or flee and tear?
You're not opposed to any of them, but many of them are less than 2 hit die.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Some of them are less than 2 hit dice.
But it's daylight when you walk in and you've got your veil down. So
in bright light, it doesn't do anything.
Do we know how do you know the properties of this?
I gave
Ferris knows because he has become one with the mask.
He
so
sent
it's
them to me.
in bright light. Is it in dim?
In dim light, the veil obscures it. In bright light, the veil does not sufficiently block the mask to have any effects.
Sure. So
less than or greater than 2 hit dice, or less than or equal to 2 hit dice, is save versus petrification or flee and tear.
Right. So you walk in during bright daylight. You approach the walls, they open them up, and as you begin to step into the fort, they immediately have to make saving throws because they gaze upon your visage and are filled with fear to their very bone. However, you're not opposed to them presently, so they would just fight with penalties.
So so
they're not going to run, but they're just going to be terrified of you. Wow, actually, 3 of them pass out of 5.
Wow.
Really lucky. 17, 18, 19 on those
Caledonia
saves.
makes you hard.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit in Caledonia.
They're
Yeah.
probably used to it by now. Like Ferris comes back with the demon face. They're like, yeah, no, that's par for the course.
They give you a lot of space and just kind of let you walk on in. Other people will see the way that you look and immediately just walk away. Over the course of this day, Yarmir and William and Grimes will overhear sailors and soldiers whispering to each other about Ferris and what has happened, but they won't approach you about it directly. But you'll overhear.
I think if I get a chance to overhear somebody, I want to spread the rumor that it's just a traditional mask of his people, because clearly he's here for elven artifacts and he really took this. So I'm just gonna start telling people this is what elves wear. This is an ancient elven mask. This is how elves are.
They nod as if that explains it all. Yeah, I get it. And that rumor will very quickly become fact and spread through the camp.
Neal, where can I see the Arcadia map? Is that on Regal Goblins?
regalgoblins.com/maps.php. Now updated with distances on roads.
Woo! Fancy.
I'm so sorry. I was saying in chat before the show, you wrote in PHP for a while, and that's enough to drive any man insane.
It's actually really simple and easy and pleasant if you're not trying to do anything insane. The worst I have to do is database calls, and that's pretty easy as well.
So, Neal, where is the Golden Sea?
The Golden Sea is in and around Fortune, over in Eridon.
Holy shit.
It's a very large section of Eridon.
What happens there? Why did that come up?
Well, I at some point during this day, want to take aside Faris and Yaramir and have a word with them, and not Grimes, unfortunately.
That's fine.
What is on your mind?
I don't let Grimes know that I'm meeting with them if I can avoid it.
I think it's pretty easy to grab just the two.
Yeah, I'm out checking my traps or something.
I think Grimes is very key to ignore Ferris for a while anyway. Get some distance between the demon man.
Come, let's eat. I need to talk with you. And they take them into a room or something where we can sit down.
Sure.
I hope there is soup. My bones need warming up.
Agreed.
I fear I am becoming as one with the ice.
David has a constant pot of soup that is just always going because it's the perfect food for down here, and it helps really break up the tough rations that you get. You need something really soupy to break up the hardtack that they ship out to you.
David, you are a personal hero of mine. Thank you so much for the soup. It is much better than the questionable things Ferris sometimes provides. You never know what you're eating out there.
You're so good to my daughter.
Delicious.
I always give you a little extra soup.
Thank you. I need it. It doesn't stick to my bones the way it did when I was young. Or really ever.
Well, in your absence, Amelie's been growing rosemary in your arcane hut.
Excellent.
And we've been adding it to the food. It's quite good.
That warms my heart. I am glad she finds joy in the gardening. Come, William, you had something to discuss.
Yes. Thank you.
Is this about
Thank you for
Grimes?
the food. No, unfortunately not. Sit down. I close the door behind us.
All right.
And I say, well, I've had a letter back from the mainland, my father-in-law. I'm not sure how much of what's been going on over there you're aware, but Drex has been fighting a war against Mistrea and Eridon. Were you aware of this?
No? Maybe?
Yes.
Did you tell us?
No,
this?
yes, you told us about this.
Yes, I think you told us. I had forgotten. I care little for the ways of politics.
I raise a slight eyebrow and say, well, the war has been going very well. I'm told that by the end of this summer's campaigning, both Eridon and Mistrea will be under our control. I'm also told that once things can be put into order and territories sort of processed and looked through, that I am to be granted land in Eridon, and you two, as my faithful companions, are to be granted land there as well, as knights.
Well, congratulations are in order, I assume. You can tell them I do not have any need of land, however.
I was worried about that. And
If I were given a knighthood, would I have to deal with humans all my life?
You might. You might.
I may have to pass on that title as well. Besides, I plan to go to Silvis after this is all over.
I look slightly aghast. Neither of you wish to take this gift of land from the princess, from the queen.
No, not particularly.
Very
I
well.
would take many gifts, but land and titles and names, they mean very little. In fact, they are often collars that I do not wish to wear.
I've lived my life without help the entire time. I won't accept it now.
But hey, close to landed knight William.
I was already a landed knight.
Icy Wasteland.
Or aren't you going to become a... What are you going to be now? You have more... something. What are you becoming?
A baron, I believe.
Ah.
Well,
Isn't that a lordship?
Yeah, yes, it is. But let's not worry about me. I can worry about that. If you don't wish to take these gifts, then I can grant you an offer of keeping hold of any possessions that you've gathered from this place. Keep any. I'll give you a share of what profits I've made, and you'll be free to. Well, you'll be free to stay with me whenever whenever you need it, or go wherever you please. Once this is over, you don't owe any of us anything.
Sure. I mean, I already have right to any elven artifacts we find here, but so I don't exactly need this gift because it's already mine by right.
Sure.
But I suppose some money for the road couldn't hurt.
And well, you can keep your sword and that armor that you found. But anyway, this the war still has 6 months left to run, and then at least another 6 months after that before things are put in order. So we have another year here, I believe, if you'll wait it out with me.
Well, very good.
I still have a lot to find in this place.
Okay. Good talk. I stand up, drinking the rest of my soup, and then walk out the door, shaking my head. And
Want your land.
I'll go and look for Grimes instead.
I think you find Grimes returning in with some traps. One of them has a caribou in it.
A whole caribou?
A whole caribou. Got its leg stuck in your trap and...
Froze to death?
Yes. No,
Okay.
actually. I think it's probably, like, alive still. Maybe badly dehydrated or something. I guess they might eat snow. It's not in good shape. It looks like it's been caught here for maybe 24 hours or so.
That's not that long.
Yeah. Definitely stuck, and the rest of its herd moved on.
Not in good shape? So it doesn't seem like I should kill it and eat it?
No, you can totally kill it and eat it. It's like an older caribou, you know?
You just can't give me a win, can you?
You have a caribou. That is definitely a win.
Sure, but you're like, oh, but it's old and the meat's gonna be all stringy and
No,
gross.
it'll be delicious. It'll be way better than eating kobold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let Ferris cook
then
it. He'll make any meat good.
All right, then I'm gonna finish it off with a crossbow bolt to the heart and
All right.
bring it in slung over my shoulders.
Sure. And I think that's where William sees you.
Grimes,
Walking in majestically with a caribou slung over my back.
you killed this thing?
I'm an expert hunter too, didn't you know?
Well done. I slap you on the back. Perhaps Faris can cook something up for us.
I'd prefer David.
Yeah, you're probably right. Look, can we have a word? Well, I'll help you haul this thing to David first.
Much appreciated. So we bring this fresh caribou into the chef.
Yep. His eyes go wide, and he immediately gets out his gutting knife and starts ripping it to shreds. Handing the big slop, like putting the guts into a bucket and handing it to Amelie, who runs it outside of the fort and tosses it in the river and runs back. Except for whatever guts that they need, which she'll pick through and pull out. They probably want to keep the intestines for sausage making. Everything else they'll probably chuck.
So, Neal, how long has it been since we arrived? I would know that, right? How close are we to the 2-year mark? Less than a year, right?
April now. You guys arrived in June, so you're like 2 months out from it being 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. So, Grimes, can we have a word?
Sure thing. I look around in private.
If you don't mind.
Lead the way. Do we head like into the temple or something? Into the creepy dungeon?
I guess maybe. Oh no, it'll be like one of the priest's rooms or something like that. It's probably empty, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can find an empty room.
Sit down, Grimes. Look, a few weeks ago now, just when we were leaving the capital city, we spoke about your sentence, and I said that you could leave after the end of the 2 years. Do you remember?
I remember the conversation, yes.
Well, I've just had a little look at our calendar, and that's in about 2 months' time, which would coincide with Zaz's next ship. Now, I've got an offer for you, Grimes.
I'm listening.
Well, the war on the mainland, it's been going very well. And, once the war is over, I am to be granted a barony in Eridon.
I won't call you my lord.
Well, here's what I'm saying. The offer still stands. You had a 2-year sentence. You can get on Zaz's boat and you can leave. If you accompany me here for the rest of our time here, I think it will be about a year from now. When this is all said and done, and I take up my seat, I'll make sure that there's a place for you, perhaps even a title, if I can swing it.
You do want me to call you my lord?
In public only.
If you had asked me this a couple months ago, I would have told you to go, I don't know, screw yourself out in the snow. But I'm gonna need to see some sort of offer. I expect wages or whatever the rest of your normal soldiers are getting.
Yeah, they think. Well, let's put it this way: I don't intend for any of us to leave here as poor men. I've made it a substantial. I mean, Yaramir keeps the record books, but I'm pretty sure our personal coffers are overflowing with gold.
Your personal coffers.
Yes, my personal coffers. But look, I can see that at the end of the 2 years, you can leave. You can be a free man. If you want to keep hold of the things you found here, if you want to make some gold off the back of this, and if maybe you want to one day see your name next to Lord, then I can make that happen for you if you stick around.
I'm willing to entertain an offer, but no offense, William. I'd like to see something from the princess.
Well,
I'm not gonna spend any more time down here on
I'm afraid
on promises of a future payout.
Well, at this point, it wouldn't be the Princess of Sulwick granting you any of these things, it would be myself. So I can write you a letter stating my intentions, if you will. But the gold that I would give you, the lands that I would give you, are mine to give, not hers. You owe her another 2 months. If you can give me another 10, then I'll make it worth your while.
I'll think on it.
Good. Let's go and get some food.
How about some caribou?
I don't think it will have cooked yet, but maybe. I'll put an arm around you. Maybe a drink.
I pulled the rum skin off my waist and hand it over.
Yeah.
On second thought, maybe something that hasn't been soaking in leather for the past couple of weeks. Let's find that barrel.
Let's do it. At some point, Neal, I'll write an offer letter to Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying that if he stays past his initial 2-year sentence for another 10-month contract as a free man, that he'll be... I mean, I haven't really got any authority to grant any of this stuff. So
Grimes can't read anyways.
I'll make some stuff up, right? I mean,
Just put an official-looking seal on it, and he'll probably buy it.
Yeah, I'll borrow Hughes' seal. Oh, no, I've got my own seal, maybe, yeah.
The world has been shaped by people who don't have the authority to do the things that they're doing anyway, and yet proceed.
Yeah, so I'll write him a little letter. I make it look official, saying that I'll give him a salary of like, I don't know, how much do does normal soldiers get?
They are now getting just regular soldier wages.
Not hazard pay?
Nope. The
Got
father-in-law cut the hazard pay to make the expedition more profitable.
What a bastard.
You'd probably do it too.
Yeah. So I'll offer Grimes, like a salary, like, I don't know.
What are Ferris and Yarmir getting, or did they turn down any payment for this expedition?
They're probably getting something, but not that much. They probably just get what the soldiers get.
No one's been paid. William's the only one who's getting any money out of this by the books.
I get items. Theoretically.
But I'll offer you like 20 gold a month or something like that. So 200 gold at the end of it. That's like well more than the soldiers getting right now.
Well more, yeah. They're making like 3 silver a day. They're making like 93 gold a year.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not that much more then. So maybe like 50 gold a month. So 500 gold at the end of it. It seems like a good deal.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And what about the treasures we're finding? Are you hanging on to that holy sword at the end of all this?
I look you up and down. Well, you can keep your crossbow if that's what you mean. I think you can keep that even if you were to leave. And the princess has said as much.
She has.
I shrug and say, as far as I'm concerned.
I never understand nobles. They don't know. They don't know true value from.
All I hear is magic crossbow. I mean, it could be. They don't know how powerful it is.
Any magic item is worth more than the pelts and
perhaps
ores or whatever it is we're dragging out of this place.
But gold finds use every day. I mean, how often is a magical crossbow useful to a lord? Once a year when a monster attacks the town. Anyway, either way, you can keep your possessions, and as far as I'm concerned, that includes that bow. So think on it. Anyway, I push the letter into your chest, and I don't have anything else to do here. I don't think.
All right. Well, do you guys need to? How much downtime do you need to spend at the fort?
I don't think there's. Well, we need to talk about
one thing I want to try doing, if we're gonna spend some downtime, I'm gonna see if I can upgrade William's chest piece. Or wait, did we ever get the leather worker?
Yeah.
Yeah. The last time you left the fort, you left the other leather worker in charge. Let's see how long ago that was and make some rolls, because I have not been tracking that in the slightest.
Yeah, I think I showed him. Yeah, that's right, because I showed him how I did some stuff. I showed him what I did to make it, and I showed him William's suit of armor.
Shit, when was the last time you guys were here?
Wasn't that long
Last
ago? 'Cause
time
we went back
talked
south.
about it, they hadn't gotten here yet.
They may have just arrived
They
at
would have
Saz.
just arrived like yesterday.
Okay, so they're new.
Have you been back to the fort since you got the flaming sword?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They were not here at that time.
But have you been back to the fort since you got the mask?
No.
No.
Okay, so somewhere between the flaming sword and the mask is when
It's
you
been
were
a
at the
few
fort.
weeks, because it took us a few days to go down. We rested for a couple of weeks after the battle.
Yeah.
And then we went up to the mine. So it's probably been 2 to 3 weeks, would be my guess.
Yeah, I think more like 3 to 4 probably, but yeah.
Yeah, because the Bellum was on the 1st of March. The Illumis Temple was on the 15th of March. Actually, there were 2 separate... but that was just resting apart. Okay, yeah. And it is now the end of April, so it's been a month and a half. We're just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. We're going to say 6 weeks.
So what does that mean?
It means he gets 6 attempts. We're doing
All right.
1 week per attempt per roll, right?
Yes.
This is the leather worker.
Yeah, and I would have left some sort of instruction that the chest piece was the more important upgrade. The limbs were of a higher quality.
While you make those rolls, Neal, shall I read out the letter to chat?
Please do.
Okay. To Captain Marshall, I have grave news. Your oldest brother, Lord Stephen Marshall, has been driven out of your home by hired mercenaries or assassins.
That's good news.
The grave news.
Grave, okay.
The exact circumstances are foggy, but we know the assault on the keep was led by an ogre. The goblin mercenaries your brother had hired, goblin mercenaries, to act as law enforcement and construct additional keeps were cut down and routed, with survivors disappearing into the woods. After the battle, Lord Marshall was seen running with arms full of possessions and hasn't been seen since. Your brother James has taken over rule of your ancestral home, although the situation seems untenable. Because he is your brother and his success or failure will reflect upon you, I intend on loaning him money from my personal accounts to help prop up the estate and the surrounding areas. As the summer season of war approaches, we stand in a solid position to overrun the remaining tattered armies of Mistrea. In 6 months, the war shall be over, and 6 months after that, the territories of Eridon and Mistrea will be fully brought into the fold. The princess has petitioned the queen on your behalf and your men, asking that you each be given a tract of land and titles to govern. A year from now, you shall be Baron Marshal of the Golden Sea. The Matavin and the Half-Elf will be given lordships and villages within your barony. The criminal known as Grimes will be pardoned of his crimes and let go with all of his possessions. Most importantly, Melissa has recovered from an illness, which must have been worrying to you for so long, with no lasting damage. Your children have the nanny to tell them stories of your adventures. However, as she cannot possibly know what adventures you've had, she makes them up. You may have to pretend that you flew on the backs of eagles and swam beneath the ice with mermaids when you come home. Good favor shines with us, Richard.
First off, do you guys need a moment to chat about that?
What? I'm not reading it to them.
Yeah, we have not.
Cool. So, the leather worker has done miracles with this piece of hide that he's gotten and made some incredible rolls here. So
Okay.
you have a quality 32 chest plate.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which means nothing.
Hit me with the good news,
Which
Neal.
means...
Actually, with the dragon scale, you've got properties figured out, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Which means the chest is worth 5 AC and 10 warmth points.
Okay. And then what is the...
Does that mean I get William's old chest piece?
If you'd like it.
So what was the old
Hand-me-downs.
The old one was
21 quality. 22,
plus-
I think. But
yeah,
it was
22. But it was plus 3 AC and plus 6 warmth. So this is just a flat 2
Yeah.
bonus to AC and 4 bonus to warmth.
Can I get that resized, or does it just fit?
It's
The-
scale, so it'd be kind of like chain armor, wouldn't it? Or not
Or is
quite
it-
as flexible.
No, it's like a scale breastplate, right?
Yeah, so he is going to have to take it in to fit
okay.
it to Grimes. But since he's already made a quality 32 chest plate, if you want to stick around for 4 weeks, he can just churn one of those out every 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, Ferris will actually ask to get size then, so that he can get a similar thing.
Wait,
Sure.
if you've made that quality once, you can just keep making that
You can
quality?
just keep making it without attempts, just at like 1 week per subsection of piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he looks at the armor that fit William before, and he looks at Grimes, and he's like, I could fit it to you, but it would take a couple weeks to work. It'd probably be better just to let me make you a new set.
Sure. Can you fit me too, or get sizes for me?
He pulls out his rolling measurement thing and says, now hold here, I gotta get the inseam really carefully. And then from your armpit to your waist, and from your around your neck, and from... He's taking weird measurements that you're pretty sure aren't involved in the armor, but he's, measuring things anyway.
Oh, well.
So, cool. So that is that.
Yep. Did he do any limbs?
No, it took him 6 weeks to get the chest plate like this.
Okay.
Including the finishing week. Yeah.
Wow. So that's as good as full plate now. 8 AC?
The limbs, yeah, it should be a total plus 8. I think plate is 9. So you're 1 shy from plate.
Pretty sweet, though.
If you get 32, or if you get 30 plus quality limbs, you'll go up another. Is it another 1 or 2 for 30
It'll be
quality?
another plus 1 to AC and plus 1 to warmth.
Oh yeah, because they're already quality 25.
And that would be... Is that the top end, then?
Yeah.
So-
Neal, so since we're going to be resting a little while, I assume, can I show this guy? Can I give him a bonus to his roll by showing him how I did the limbs, since I had made I've successfully made the limbs before, right?
Right.
If I were to give him instruction or at least mentoring to show him, would that give him any sort of bonus to his roll?
Maybe. I think it's probably something you might want to do anyway, having someone that can actually, with a shared interest that you can actually chat about, and
Yeah,
it shows you what he did with the body.
I'm probably not wearing the leather armor. I'm probably wearing a dark hood to cover up my face so that he doesn't see the mask, because I don't want to scare this guy away.
Yeah. I mean, he's heard the rumors already.
Yeah.
He already knows that there's a horror underneath the hood, and is nervous when you first show up to talk with him.
Ferris tries to be friendly so that the guy maybe doesn't run away and tear.
Sure, give me a charisma check to see how, if your friendliness comes off as friendly or if it's extra creepy because now you're this terrifying hooded person who's hi friend.
I'm reasonably friendly.
Yeah, he overcomes his initial nervousness about you, and you guys can chat about this sort of thing and share information back and forth. How long do you guys want to spend here in the fort?
As long as I get a week, I'm good. Or I guess 2 weeks would be ideal because it's 2 subsections for the limbs.
That's fine. Yeah, if we want to wait 2 weeks for them to make... Is he not making chest pieces for you and Grimes?
I'm just teaching him how to do the limbs while we're here. Because it'll give him a bonus to his rolls or something.
Okay. How long does it take him to make the 2 chest pieces, Neal?
He'll make 1 attempt per week, and it's 2 pieces, so, depends on
2
what
weeks
his
for the
rolls.
limbs, and then it's 3 weeks for every chest piece that he wants to churn out.
All right.
Right, 4 weeks for each chest. Well, one to
It's
put it
3
all together.
subsections.
3 subsections and 1 to...
together.
Yeah.
So we're not waiting for that, then? We can wait if you really want to wait the 2 weeks. What's it for? To help him with
The
the
2
limbs?
weeks is for me to teach him how to do the limbs. And then we're not going to wait for him to make more armor. I just want to teach him how to do the limbs so that he can skip the penalty on his initial roll.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to work out what we want to do anyway. That's fine. We can wait 2 weeks.
Cool. So, you've got a little bit of downtime here. Why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll see what it is that you guys want to go do and explore. I think you have a lot of options at this point. So we will be right back on the other side of a break. See you soon.